Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fall River Media News. I'm your host, Dave Mead. I know I said 6:30, but I like to do a show a little bit early because sometimes I like to get things out of the way, for this evening, and just want to know how is everybody doing today. Um, So I have a few things on my plate today, and it's not chicken, and it's not rice, it's not bacon. So, um, so um, now the Fall River Police Department, okay, the Fall River Police Department arrested a alleged suspect, in the two robberies on South Main Street. Uh, from Walgreens to Dunkin' Donuts. This is an alleged suspect that they arrest. So this guy's not guilty until proven guilty in a court of law. So we gotta now because we gotta watch out for that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because people sometimes tend to say, "Hey, it's guilty." You know what I'm saying? Way before this person goes to court. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, people, usually say that. Some people do, not all, but some people do. But we got to remind ourselves that we're not judge and jury. You know what I'm saying? So we have to, keep that in mind. So just to say, keep that in mind. And because I mean, lawsuits come in play. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, that's like lawsuits will come in play. And it's not right. You know what I'm saying? To say that somebody's guilty and you know so I mean the guy has the right to an attorney, he has the right to a jury trial, he has the right, you know what I'm saying? So those are his rights, and we cannot violate his First Amendment right either. So today, Fall River, Mass. WLNE is the Fall River Police Department announced the arrest of a suspect in the city armed robbery Wednesday. Richard Tremble, 40, is charged with armed and a mask robbery, possession of an ammunition with a FID without a FID card, unlawful possession of a large capacity feeding device. Police conduct a search of Argumento East Main Street resident Tuesday night. During the course of this investigation into the robbery of two businesses. So robbery with two businesses. One of them was Walgreens, the Walgreens store on South Main Street, and then it was the Dunkin' Donuts located on Grove Street, where both recently robbed. While executing the warrant, police discovered rapid firearms and air pistols and ammunition. Police said they also discovered another evidence linking to the suspect to the crime. So I mean, um, if you got tapes, if there's videotapes of him, I'm saying, robbing Walgreens and then Dunkin' Donuts and stuff. I mean, if the guy's wearing a mask and he's got a hood over his, head and his face covered, I mean, you know, I, you know, I wouldn't. I'm not saying I wouldn't doubt if he did. You know what I'm saying? If he did these crimes either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I'm not ruling that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna rule that out. But sometimes you have to say allege. You know what I'm saying? Because the guy could be wearing a mask on his face, a hood over his head, got his whole face covered. You know what I'm saying? And even if he's on camera, you have to you got to identify him. You know what I'm saying? He's got to leave like fingerprints around. You know what I'm saying? During the crime scenes and stuff. Uh, those sort of things. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, this is why we got major cases. You know what I'm saying? So major case. You know what I'm saying? So when major case goes out there, what they do is they take fingerprints, off the counter, off the registers, off of everything. You know what I'm saying? So those sort of things. But I mean, you know, for people to say, that this guy is guilty, you gotta wait until we're not judge and jury, okay? That's up to the courts. You know what I'm saying? They're the judge and jury. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of when you tell somebody, hey, right off the bat, hey, you're guilty, something that there's lawsuits that come into play after. You know what I'm saying? Lawsuits. If you're into getting sued, hey, that's totally up to you. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're into getting sued, so so if you are into getting sued, hey, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's your First Amendment right too, as well. But but then again, you can't. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wait. You know what I'm saying? So this is a ledge bank robber that they arrest. So it's alleged. So that's what I'm going to keep it as right now is alleged. Yeah, because the guy could. The guy could be innocent. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we have to say. Allege, okay? And because if people keep on saying, okay, that this guy's guilty, man, people gonna um, that's when lawsuits come into play. You know what I'm saying? So. But anyways, let's get out of that one. And before kids go home, let's see what's going on here with this. Just reading. I don't even know if these school closures are we if these school closures are for us, but I guess not. All right. But today, there was a fight at Durfee High School, and I don't know what the fight was all about. So I'm trying to find that. And Right now, TikTok, they want to. TikTok is up in the air right now, and we are going to see. We are going to see how the Supreme Court's going to rule on that one. Struggling to scale to come into businesses and put 1,000K a month. You are not alone. Let's see here. This is about TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So um, it would be unconstitutional for them to delete TikTok. I'm saying it would, because and I've talked about this before. Okay, I have, and it's people's freedom. Okay, and we just don't want, what I'm saying, people's freedoms to be violated over TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Um, just because China owns it, uh, you know, um, you know, but that's but again, we can't worry about TikTok right now, because the Supreme Court hasn't ruled on it yet. You know what I'm saying? So no, they haven't. So I'm just right now letting you know, um, and I'll let you know when the ruling is on from TikTok. So don't worry about TikTok. I still got it on my phone. If you still got your app, then nothing's gonna happen to TikTok, because no, you cannot take people's hello. You cannot take people's First Amendment right away from them. You know what I'm saying, so. I mean, with TikTok, I'm saying, China owns it. You know what I'm saying, and but we're trying to we're trying to keep it, because that's their people's First Amendment right. And once you start taking people's rights away from them, you know what I'm saying, and violating their First Amendment right. Again, I mean, I've always explained this a lot. Once they're violating their First Amendment right, what happens is that you will get sued. I'm saying, and plus, we don't need any more protesters anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So we don't. So that's about it for that. And wildfires continue to in Los Angeles. Wildfires continue um, to blow through Los Angeles, and people are out there collecting donations and stuff for that wildfire, because even celebrities, when they lost their houses, and plus the poor people down there too that work too that lost their houses too. People lost a lot of business down there too. I mean, a lot of business, about $20 billion worth of businesses down there, houses that cost even houses that cost 20 million, mansions and things were poofed up there in a fire there. And businesses are gone, so I mean, people are out there grabbing donations, you know what I'm saying, helping out, you know what I'm saying. Even people from Massachusetts are helping out, you know what I'm saying. And when disaster strikes, people help out. You know what I'm saying? So, and then we know, and this is what Fall River Media does. Fall River Media encourages people to set up donations and stuff, and whatever you can give, to Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Because if that was us, Los Angeles would help us. You know what I'm saying? Other countries would help us. You know what I'm saying? Other places. You know what I'm saying? So and that's what it's called, partnership. You know what I'm saying? You help one another. You know what I'm saying? If you're stuck, they have it. If they're stuck, we got it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we help. We've been helping people for years. You know what I'm saying? Because and that's the thing that Massachusetts does. We're the poorest people in Massachusetts, believe it or not. So we are the poorest people in Massachusetts, You know what I'm saying? And we still help out. We still give. We don't complain. We still give. You know, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And if you can, send out like clothes, boots, shoes, and stuff like that. Um, even probably even about $5, $10 or so to Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, $2 or $3. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that helps. You know what I'm saying? It would actually help them. And plus, the fire department that's out there, plus all the resources that we had to send out there for all kinds of districts and stuff. And things like that. So anything will help. You know what I'm saying? Clothes, food, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you can donate. You know what I'm saying? So about maybe $4 or $5, maybe $2, $3, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The price of a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys can actually do that, that would be awesome and great. And yeah, you guys, that would be awesome and great. You know what I'm saying? And and when you do that, you tell me, you say, Dave, I sent out $5. I sent out, your name will be recognized. You get a recognition. So for it, you know what I'm saying? Your name won't, go unnoticed. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me, show me a receipt and said, hey, Dave, I sent out $5. Okay, well, then I mention you and say, hey, this person sent out $5. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, those sort of things. I'm saying you gotta, clothes, food, $5, $2, $3, whatever you can afford. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it doesn't have to be anything big. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, even if you send out a pair of shoes, pair of pants, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, clothes that you don't need, you can donate. You know what I'm saying? You can donate to them, to Los Angeles, California. You know what I'm saying? And that would be a big help for them. You know what I'm saying? The fire departments out there, you know, they're getting all tired, trying to put out the flames and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Out there, and those fires are still going. You know what I'm saying? Winds are horrible up there in the mountains over there. So, whatever you can afford. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? Sometimes $3, $4 or something, helps. $5, you know what I'm saying? And those things. A little bit of everything helps. You know what I'm saying? It goes a long ways, to help out. You know what I'm saying? And it is, even myself, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys, decide that, you want to like send maybe $5 or $3 or $2, even food, clothes, or whatever you can do and whatever you can afford. That's all. That's all Fall River Media is asking you. You know what I'm saying? And you can show me a receipt and say, hey, I did this. You know what I'm saying? And just leave a message on my messenger, and and then your name will never go unnoticed, and then your name will always be recognized, as as a recognition, saying, well, me saying to you, thank you. You know what I'm saying? So, if you guys can do that, show a receipt, and say that, this is I helped out. I'll be sure to give you a yeah. So well, but I'm gonna say something about so with all that being said, about these donations and stuff, to Los Angeles, California, If you can do it, do it. Okay. But if you do, just show me a receipt and I will make sure your name is known. Uh, David, TikTok has it's to help China. And let me see. Let me do this. David, TikTok has to help China, but take on information. But we want to help Los Angeles fire, right? Well, well, I mean, this well, TikTok is a whole nother situation. Um, so TikTok is a whole nother situation. You know, and but the courts hasn't not ruled on TikTok yet. They haven't said anything about it. So that there is separate from what I was talking about with the donations. So yeah, well, I mean, if you can, you know what I'm saying. So if you can, help out Los Angeles, California, with the fire victims. Because these people work so hard for their money. You know what I'm saying, and people out there when they were kids, they grow up to be singers, they grow up to be rock stars. And all of a sudden, all the stuff that they worked for, now it's gone. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I feel them. You know what I'm saying? And Governor Given Newsom, the governor of that state, you know what I'm saying, failed them. You know what I'm saying? Failed them horribly. And it's sad. Okay. And but if it happened to us out here, we would, we would appreciate you guys helping us. You know what I'm saying? But let's lend a hand. You know what I'm saying? It's called partnership. You know what I'm saying? It's called being a partner on things. And helping people out, and trying to do what we can. You know what I'm saying? Hey, something. Like I said, you don't have to give big bucks. You don't have to give big dollars. $5, maybe $3, $4 will help. And if you can do it, okay. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't send money, you can send, if you have clothes that you want to donate, you know what I'm saying? Because people do that too. You can actually do that too and send it out to Los Angeles Fire out there. So, because we also want to, give to them too. You know what I'm saying as well. I mean, we've been doing it for years. Giving, helping other people out too. So we've been actually doing that as well. So if you want to do that, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm encouraging people to do what they need to do to help the victims of that fire. You know what I'm saying? A father, a father died out there in Los Angeles from trying to help his disabled son. He died. Okay, he died in that fire, but his disabled son is living. Okay, and something. And I show that man gratitude for saving his son and taking and his life got taken in that fire too as well. So I mean, it's sometimes we're called to just because we live over here. Okay, we are called to duty sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We're called to help. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? God calls us to help. You know what I'm saying? Donate. You know what I'm saying, give a little. You know what I'm saying? Give a little bit goes a long ways for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So wealth goes a long ways for everybody. And when I say that, you know what I'm saying, um, it does. And we all need we all need to give some at some point. You know what I'm saying? So um, but a little help, you know what I'm saying? And, it doesn't have to be much. And just then all you gotta do is just put up a receipt over here and say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna put a receipt up here, and Fall Media News is gonna announce my name and say, hey, look, hey, I gave $5. Hey, I'll say, look, you know what, congratulations, and thank you for your donation. That's what I will say. You know what I'm saying, but a receipt has to be shown first before I can do that. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but like I said, TikTok hasn't ruled on the courts hasn't ruled on it yet, and I'm sure that I don't think they're gonna even take that away. You know what I'm saying? I doubt it, because if they did, it'd be unconstitutional, and it would violate the First Amendment right of the people that do use TikTok and make ends meet from TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So things like that. So, but we'll see. Missing New Bedford man was last seen in Fall River, but he was found. He was actually found. So the IRS is sending surprises of 1,400 payments. Are you getting one? I don't even know. They always try to. They always try to say that. You know what I'm saying? So, never seen anything like this. Oh, Durfee High School. Never seen anything like this. And Dartmouth versus Durfee girls basketball. And wow, Monday night, Legion girls basketball game between Dartmouth High School and Durfee was ended up disruptively by a game official late in the fourth quarter after an on the court scuffed between a player from the both teams escalated into a melee when a fans got involved. Dartmouth was leading 51-36 with a 2:13 remaining in the game when a play was stopped for the incident, and the host of declared an official winner. It just unfortunately that had to happen, said Dartmouth head coach Brian Gilbert, whose team approved 8-0. Got to watch the film and see exactly what happened, but it is too bad. Yeah, it's sad. You know what I'm saying? But there was a fight at Durfee High School. So it was a fight at Durfee High School, and I don't know what the fight was about, but so I don't know. Massachusetts brother was arrested in connection of and Binghamton man death. So I don't know anything about that. Reports that SRTA's abuse to see big giant and ridership. Oh, here we go again. Reports by saying buses to see big giants and giant ridership since it's going fare free. Services faster. Full year of fares free bus services has been successfully, according to the Massachusetts Budget and Policy Center, with a significant increase in the ridership is better on time service, and majority of the people polls approved. A new report released today from the MBPC statewide think tank look at dates from the Southeastern Regional Transit Authority since SRTA first stopped collecting fares on June on January 1st, 2024. According to those numbers of the people riding SRTA bus, 56.5% from July of November 2024 appears the same prior to 2023. Ridership is also increasing significantly compared to other nearby regional bus systems that continue to charge fares and more. However, buses will keep schedule more often since drivers didn't have to wait for riders to pay for their share of their fares. SRTA services 10 cities and towns in the greater Fall River, greater New Bedford, and connections to the towns and cities, and issuing state funding for the Fair Share Amendment, commonly called the Millionaire Tax, to keep riders free until at least June 30th. But here's a closer look at the date and what it means. So, my guess, it's a closer date, but what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? So, what does it mean? Does it mean that they're going to continue with the free fares? We don't know. We don't know. But all I know right now, it just increased 56.5% increase without putting the money in the box. So numbers will tell you. The numbers on the box tell you, how many people are riding the bus. And once those numbers are good, guess what happens? Those numbers go up. Okay, and once it increases like that, then we'll know for sure. We'll know for sure where they're gonna keep the buses for free. So we'll know for sure. Yeah, so it's so SR ridership is up, even comparing to other nearby systems. So yeah, I mean it's SRTA, there were more than 2.7 million riders on SRTA fixed routes and systems in 2024, and then 2023, but in 2024 again, and the first quarter of physical 2025. So in 2025, which is this year, a 56.5% increase in the ridership. So SRTA is doing more better than they did. So I think I support don't put on the free fares. So which is good. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? SRTA uh, 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 is a it's always funded by the federal government. So federal government. So it's always funded by them, which is good. You know what I'm saying? Um, and basically, there ain't no drinking or eating in the bus stations anymore. There is signs up too as well. So if I was the for people, I will not eat or drink in a bus station no more. So there ain't no eating in bus station. New policies are coming out. So new policies and stuff. So no eating or drinking in a bus station. If you if you're diabetic, you can let them know, and then they'll accommodate you for eating a candy bar or something if you're diabetic, or So, but other than that, there ain't no eating in the bus stations no more. So, even on the buses, they don't want you to eat on the buses anymore. So, because people make a mess, they throw popcorn, papers, chip bags all over the place. They leave food, they leave empty drink bottles around on the bus and everything. So, as a management is allowing not does not want anybody to eat on the bus anymore. Um, so I mean, it's management. So even playing music on the bus. And I've been seeing that quite a few times on the bus. So it ain't gonna just please obey the and respect the bus services and respect the bus itself. You know what I'm saying? So just letting you know how management is, because we do have a new manager, and he's very tough on what goes on their buses and stuff. So I'm letting you aware of what's going on. No smoking and on the bus terminal property. You want to smoke, go out on the sidewalk. So that's why we have security over there. So they have to tell you 3 or 4 times to go. You'll be escorted. You'll be escorted off the property, and you probably get a restraining. You'll probably get an order against you at some point. So I'm just letting you know. I mean, because right now SRTA is being very strict about things. You know what I'm saying? So they're being very strict about it. So and so that too. Uh, so in the first quarter in 2024, buses were 87% at the time. So now the quarter of 2025 that approved 90%. So in 2025, the increase went up again in 90%. So, and that's pretty good when when you have these increases and stuff in bus services and things like that. So, all right. With that being said, let's rock and roll. Let's keep rock and roll until my end of my show. Let's rock and roll here. Karen Reed is leading the investigation, and Michael prosecutor is facing Massachusetts State Police Trial Board. So. Michelle Obama will not attend Donald Trump's inauguration. Okay, awesome. Hillary wants to eliminate state shelters in Massachusetts, state shelters to Massachusetts residents. So, yeah. Oh, Karen Reed's case.
This morning, the lead investigator in the Karen Reed case is going to face a state police trial board.
Suspended trooper Michael Proctor is accused of misconduct as part of the case. WBC's Penny Kmitt is live in Framingham right now with a closer look at what happens today. Penny?
Well, Paula, Chris, this is one of the biggest moments of Karen Reed's first trial. If maybe you had the trial on in the background when State Trooper Michael Proctor took the stand, you stopped and you watched. And now, because of what came out at that trial today, Michael Proctor is going to be here. He's facing a disciplinary hearing at the Massachusetts State Police headquarters. Remember, he was the lead investigator in the Karen Reed case, but now he faces allegations of misconduct. After the trial ended with a hung jury in July, Proctor was suspended without pay, in part due to text messages that he sent on his personal cell phone where he called Karen Reed offensive terms like a whack job and made fun of her medical condition. During today's hearing, I-Team sources tell WBZ that both sides will be able to call witnesses and that the trial board is made up of 3 senior officers within the state police department. Now, this hearing is not open to the public. It's not open to the media, but we're going to be out here all day, and we'll pass along any updates as we get them. Live from Framingham, I'm Penny Kmitt, WBZ News.
Well, this morning, the lead investigator in the
Yeah, so yeah, they wow, that's something, huh? Holy mackerel. So new mass laws will be eliminated renters to pay rules. New Massachusetts laws would eliminate renters to pay the rules. Governor Maura Healey of Massachusetts wants to make it affordable as she can for the people for rent. In the Commonwealth, median rent in the state is $3,150, which is about $1,000 more than the nation average, according to Zulu. The new laws, if passed, would do away with rent paid brokers fees and starting fiscal year 2026. The broker fee will still be owned to the real estate agents and agencies, but it would not be the shoulder of the renters, but of the landlords instead. Yeah. So yeah, Haley wants to limit it to well, I mean, hey, I don't know what that means, but my brothers was arrested in connection with the murder man found in Abington backyard. So I don't know how that worked out. Whoopi Goldberg is defending Carrie Underwood's decision to perform at Trump's inauguration. I won't sit to be. Yeah. Fall River school staff says that they are not paid quickly. Quickly, you think you can get away with it. Yeah. So the school at a school Fall River school department. Yep.
The city tells us, we care about you, Paris. You're so important to our schools. And what we've told them every single week at the bargaining table is if you care about your Paris, pay us like you do. Show us that you care about us. No one should be supporting our young people day in and day out and not be making a living wage. It is ridiculous that we expect people to give their best, to give their all to our young people, and then they have to go work a second job that evening. That should not be happening in Massachusetts. Look, folks, we've got them on their toes. They're scared. I know your union leadership can't say this, so I can. You know that the city saw what happened in Newman. You know that the city saw what happened in Haverhill. If they don't want that to happen, they better sit down and negotiate for real. What do we do? Stand up like that. When Paris are under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that. I said, what do we do? Stand up like that. I said, what do we do? Stand up like that. I said, what do we do? Stand up like that. That's right, that's right. Solidarity.
Stand up and fight back. Fall River speaks out gatherings of the Fall River Education Association members of BMC Therapy High School before the start of the school committee meeting on Monday was the city's public teachers' last demonstration demanding to improve working and paying conditions, just as the bargaining of the research and new contracts for new year. Staffs navigating for the new contracts are representing the FREA and the Massachusetts Teachers Association throughout navigations. FREA President Keith Marchand said that the educators were short into their three groups. Marchand said attentive arguments applied only on the Union A employee, which includes about 1,000 educators. Unit B and C are much similar and included services providing administration staff such as a nurse, speech pathologics or occupational therapy assistant and behavioral support staffs. they remain in bargaining phase here, said. And January 8th, information sessions fell to ill much moment. Marchand said this meeting representing district line and the communication between the union members and the committee when we bargaining when don't actually get to talk to the committee. Marchand said, but rather the committee bargaining team. What else has bargaining committees coming up with 4 teachers, and so far a December 20th attentive arguments between the union bargaining team and those who of the committee results in increasing salaries and hourly wages, more flexible potential level, and other teams such as reimbursements from the miscarriage and sympathy for special licensed educators. Joseph Vu, Philip Rodriguez, an educator who worked daily at behavioral and occupational therapy and students at Stone K-8 day school, asking why proposal salaries are increasing, but the Unit B and C are not substantial, and the terms won't for Unit A. They offer a different percentage for the teachers than for us. Rodriguez said, one feels sorry to see many people leaving Fall River schools. Well, yeah, I mean, you got, well, it's the Fall River School Department, okay? The Fall River School Committee. Well, look who's running the Fall River School Committee. Look who's the chair. Look who's the chairman of the Fall River School Department, School Committee. Mayor Paul Coogan, of course. Kevin Aguirre and all this nonsense, and you know what? And they're the reason that people are leaving Fall River, because they don't know how to pay the teachers good. Okay, they don't want to pay the teachers good. Okay, so the school committee wants to cut their salaries all the time in half. You know what I'm saying? Let's the minimum wage. You know something? Hey, my opinion on all this: let the school committee get paid a minimum wage, instead of getting paid salaries, good salaries. But I mean, the teachers, they work and they support the students. They help the students. Especially if they need the therapy, counseling, those things in the schools. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You know what I'm saying? Things like that are costly. They cost money. You know what I'm saying? And teachers need to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes teachers have 30 kids. Sometimes teachers have 20 kids. It all depends on the size of the classroom too, as well. So with that being said, so I hope respect and safety. So yes, so respect and the safety of the teachers and at Durfee High School, pre-K, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Doran School. I don't even know if there is a Doran School anymore. But respect the teachers. You know what I'm saying? The teachers, they work hard to teach these kids how to teach them to learn academic, science and stuff like that, math and all that other good stuff too. So so Fall educators calling for inquire benefits for all. It is beyond disappointment, but to be told there are no money for us, said the speaker, who belongs with the bargaining Unit B. She mentioned its difficulties of working 3 jobs, but while making do with the limited available resources to support students. Unit B and C has about 40 members, total included 32 members in the Unit B. Members were nonetheless vocal about their experience. So, no more playing games for the teachers' rallies as a navigation wins up in the settlement. The school committees heard educators and complaints about some of the students not receiving needs and services, and with one speaker saying that the district had a shortage of full-time physical therapists over there. You think you can get away with it, but Durfee all Oliver teachers Joseph Lempster told the committee, referring to the unquote distribution of salaries for teachers for various administrators over the service providing the staffs. Your work may not always be seen, but it is deeply felt, said Alex Burns, the school administrative member. She said, "Here's her time was spent checking tragedies and students into class assignments and consequences, among others, responsibilities, and then after school, essentially working at after school athletic events to earn a few more hours to pay." So, I mean, yeah. Rodriguez also spoke during the citizens' input and told the school committee, "Here is a counting down by days and until his retirement, but there are people better than me leaving Fall River," and said cities and new cultures that overlooking this 17 years of experience and other valuable contributions and experience. School committees are bargaining talks led to budgeting decisions. When performing your duty outside of the school days, professionals are paid that contract rate. Superintendent Tracy Corley said that she said, adding that this disruption in paying rates for performing the same job after school. For the example, collecting tickets at the Spark games need to be bargaining for. School committee members Kevin Agia calls for a deeper investigation into the topic if there a pay inquiry between two employees performing the same job outside of the teaching duty. School committee members Bobby Barley said the same thing. We need to correct educators' testimonies and word talk about the district budget. School committee member Colin Dias, member Colin Dias mentioned later in the meeting that he documented instance of administrative overspending, but he really against budgeting cuts that affect teachers, saying he likes to avoid any electoral in the future. The issue is administration efficiently and wasted thorough and the discussion around teachers union talk with the charges exchange and Dias and Mayor Paul Coogan, and Dias was quote in an interview publishing online earlier this month as saying he believes a fraud exists in the school district budget, but Coogan later served him with an official notice notifying him that the fraud in a criminal matter, ordering him to produce any evidence in the disposition. Dias has not done so. Both Dias and Aguiar, who was also further in this interview, a view not to allow outsiders interference to and hinder contractable bargaining. The money during to our teachers will not be going to anything like fraud, Coogan said. The next bargaining meeting is in a schedule to take place in January 15th. This article is originally appears on the Herald News on Fall River school staffs saying they are not paying equitably. You think you can get away with it. Wow. Well, I mean, my opinion with that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think it, I mean, I don't, if you have a substitute teacher or if you have, like, a teacher that's going to, help you, with the, with your homework after school, I think they should get paid. You know what I'm saying? I think Mayor Paul Coogan is blowing smoke up his nose somewhere along the line here. Who knows? But I don't think it's fraud. The way it sounds to me is that, these teachers need to get paid. You know what I'm saying? If they're doing the same job after school or before school or after school, you know what I'm saying? Because most kids get detention, right? So, so if the students are requesting, the teacher just for more help, then I think it's more accurate that the teachers they should get paid, for their time even after school too. So it's not fraud. Coogan just blowing smoke up his nose, and I don't know why, but that is what it is. That will be Mayor Paul Coogan for you. He's always. Well, it's fraud, it's and that. I sent a letter to Colin Dias. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know how that goes. I'm saying there's always some kind of corruption, whether if it's in a school committee, city council, mayor's office, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There is corruption everywhere. Okay, there's always corruption going on. So, and that's why I always said we have to hold our politicians accountable for what all the things that they promise and say they're gonna do and don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So this is why we hold them accountable for their actions. You know what I'm saying? And remind them, well, you said this, that you were gonna do this, and now that you're in office, now you're not gonna do this. So this is why we hold these people accountable, because you cannot trust politicians. Okay, I'm talking career politicians. I'm not talking businessmen either. I'm talking career politicians. You cannot trust career politicians because that's all they do is lie to weasel their way into office. So, but the people vote for the same people in and expect to get a different results. It's not. It's always going to be the same results with the same people that you vote back in. We wouldn't have this problem, okay? We wouldn't have this problem in city politics because you want to know why? If you keep voting for the same people, you're gonna get the same answer, okay? But if you vote for different people, then you won't get the same answer. You get a different answer, okay? So that's how it is. So that's politics for you. 2-term mayor. 3-term or whatever. Coogan cannot run anymore, so he already limited his term. So and let somebody else become mayor of the city of Fall River. Let's give somebody else a try, also in the city council too. So let's move all the dinosaurs out and bring all fresh dinosaurs in. So that's what we got to do. So with that being said, okay. Let's do one more, and we'll call it a day here. Let me see here. So, Massachusetts Attorney General is suing over insults in prices and more top stories. Oof. Yeah. Dartmouth police arrested a student for attempted stabbing in a high school. Wow. Ugh. Let's see what else is here. Traveling warning issues in 15 states. Multiple winter storm. Better use. MBTA town is not following the Russell housing laws, getting another 6 months with most act fast. GOP state senators propose tightening Massachusetts shelters. Oh, yeah. Republicans introduced a constitutional cancel carry city act. Okay. Witnesses 7 planets in a line in the sky, raised to settle events. Pocket change red pennies worth 15,000 might be your wallet. Let's see what else is going on here. Oh, 5 below 15 items retirees should buy at 5 below. All right. Well, lawmakers introduced a bill to raise Rhode Island minimum wage to $20 in 2030. $20 an hour by 2030. Wow. Devastating woman, 64, faces eviction dispute claimed by Social Security owner. Her husband, man stabbed a woman and spent it everywhere on this birthday, called 911 waiting for the cops. Well, yeah. So he called 911 waiting for the cops to come. What an idiot. President Joe Biden announced one-time payment of $770 to the victims of Los Angeles County fire. Oh, fucking screwball. He $770. What an idiot. Tax man forced to leave 6 year with a no hot water victims after complaining by the landlord. Oof. What is Massachusetts coastal laws? Why is it important? Massachusetts man is facing up to life in prison after the authorities seized $7 million worth of fentanyl meth. Oof. Open and burn season begins in Massachusetts. New Bristol president promises a focus on students at the community college and their choices. Freezing immigration argues to put Americans back to work. Secure the border. Cause Portsmouth fire and terminated. Great white shark attacks fisherman Chuma bag of Flower Key. Narcotics trafficking sold meth and undercover officers' accomplishment, and his secured that one. Yeah. He did. Needham residents is rejecting the plan to comply with the MBTA Community Act. Oof. Free fares boosted SRTA ridership, report finding. Ridership as local buses increased in more than 50% after the Southeastern Regional Transit Authority eliminated the fares last year, according to a new report. The Massachusetts Budget and Policy Center is nonprofit, but thinking tank found that the numbers of riders on SRTA bus from July to November was the 56th highest compared to some of the previous years when riders had to pay $1.50 for fare. So that again, it's 55,878 more riders to report, said. SRTA buses have been free to ride since January 2024, when the Transit Authority launched its state funding transit pilot program at the state. Legislators later added more funding to keep the buses free through the end of this fiscal year, June, using money from the state and new fares share tax on income over 1 million. Further, SRTA fares will depend on the state and next annual budget. Prior changes and enough people in the community demand and said that the State Senator Marquise free fares should be a long-term program, he said, and he added that lawmakers are currently discussing that plan to continue funding the program and potentially fund expansion to local bus services to accommodate the increase in ridership. Also on Tuesday, Governor Moore Healey announced that they plan to spend more of the fair share to tax transits and it further state budgets, including money for regional transit authorities. Sunday services started on SRTA weekends. Routes around that time fares were eliminated that contribute to the increase of ridership in the reports that found that, but it didn't account for much of new riders, but the numbers of riders per hour of bus services to increase 42% after buses became free in January last year. So we may have bus fares again for free. I'm saying we got to see. But anyway, people, let me see here. I got to put the weather out there. This will be the last one. Okay, dinner is ready. Let's see here. What's going on with the weather? Fresh around Arctic areas of cold, bringing the coldest temperatures of winter in so far. Some in the central eastern U.S. So let me see here. Now it's 27, 8 p.m. It'll be 26 and 9 p.m. 25, 10, 11 p.m. will be 23, and 12 a.m. be 22, 1 a.m. Be 21, 2 a.m. it'll be 21, 3 a.m. it'll be 20 degrees, 4 a.m. same thing, 20 degrees, 5 a.m. 19 degrees. 6 a.m., 19 degrees outside. So that is your weather from Fall River Media News. Thank you, everybody. See you later. Have a great night, and we will talk again next week as well. So take care. But again, I just want to remind people. You can send donations to Los Angeles, California. Donations, whether if it's $5, whether if it's $3, whether if it's food, clothing, whatever you can give. So, sometimes God calls us to do these things because, we try to help other people too. So keep that in mind, and when you do. Just send attach a receipt to my messenger and post it on Facebook or something. And when I see it, I will recognize, and then I will call out, your name, and I will say thank you for donating with that. You'll be recognized. You won't be unrecognized. You'll be recognized for your good work too as well. So take care, everybody. Have a great night. This is Dave Mead for Media News. I will see you next Wednesday at 6:30 or 6:19, whenever I get started. So take care, everybody. Have a great night.